Alright guys, sorry it's been so long since I posted something. I've just had a lot going on, a lot of head work stuff happening in my head. Probably not going to be looking at you a lot. Just driving on the freeway. Got the cruise control going, so hands free, we're safe. Today I want to talk a little bit about seek wisdom. I hope you can hear me well. So as I'm going through this process, all this brainstorming, getting these ideas, listing things out, I've had a lot of phone calls, things I haven't really been able to record, because I was on the phone or whatever, with, professional mentors, people in my life that have, ran open businesses and done some different things, and I've bounced around through a lot of ideas. I want to say one of the most valuable things that I've done to this point is I reached out to somebody in my network from years ago who is a corporate coach, an executive coach, and she's a Gallup certified strengths coach. So I did the Gallup strengths survey, got my top 5 strengths and things like that, and then I did a 1-hour coaching call with her. And what happened was she helped me to kind of solidify how I was going to use my strengths to be able to build something that works for me. And what probably the biggest thing I took away from the call was that you absolutely have to have clarity. For me, I absolutely have to have clarity in my goals and my vision. Otherwise, it's very uncomfortable for me and I feel very lost, which was, again, I was saying that kind of shotgun effect of all of the different ideas and different industries. So I was able to narrow a few things down to, what's important to me in these goals, and that's, whatever businesses I'm a part of have to fit within certain parameters. Number one is, that it's got to help people for real, sincerely help people. And, in all the classifications of the things that I wanted, I found, Advocare still being at the top of that list. And because of how much I love Advocare and I love helping people with Advocare, and, that I believe it is the best opportunity for an average person to build and create something of their own. That's something that I never ever want to stop, not even if for my own benefit, but just for the benefit of the people that I can help. So therefore the other projects have to kind of align with a lot of the same Advocare principles, and allow me the time that I'm going to need in order to build Advocare. The great thing is I can do that in between everything else. That being said, I found a couple of opportunities that I'm really interested in, and one of them happened to be in an industry that I'm not as experienced in as I would hope. Now, it still lines up with the health and wellness and fitness and things like that in a way. I can't tell you what it is because I don't have it solidified yet. But because I don't know a lot about it, that could have been, or as much as I'd like to know about it, that could have been a huge wall for me, a big obstacle. But this is where I'm saying, again, the seek wisdom. So I actually reached out to another person I know that ran a similar business model. And, I talked with him, and he was generous enough to give me the original business plan for his very successful business, which really it just came down to me calling this person that I barely have ever met and asking him for some help. Hey, I have this idea, I'd love to talk to you. And it turned out way better than I could have expected. I expected maybe to get a couple questions clarified or things like that, but I never thought that he would just give me his original business plan. So that was a huge win. And then as I go through this process and I'm working with my partner, we kind of both decided it's a good idea to find somebody who not only knows more than us, but is an absolute expert in this field. So I'm on my way right now to meet with somebody and talk with them about consulting for certain aspects of the business. There probably will be a fee involved, and we're okay with that. We're going to put that into the business plan. So just coming back to this Seek Wisdom thing is, knowing that I don't have to do it all on my own. I can reach out to those people that have done it before, and if I don't know anybody, I can go online, I can read a book. There's wisdom everywhere. You can always find help if you're willing to look for it. So when you come up against something that you feel like this is the block, this is the end of the road because of this piece, seek some wisdom and ask around, ask other people. I've been so surprised by who's come out of the woodworks as I'm looking around, very unexpected sources of perspective and even expertise that are really, really going to help this project to move forward. This particular project, we have a meeting with an accountant on Monday, and once we get for how we want to actually structure the business based on long-term plans, so after we get that solidified and get our name registered and all that kind of stuff, I'll be able to share with you what this project actually is and be able to give you a little more in-depth details about what's going on, because we went and scouted some locations. I'm going to try and set a meeting with a landlord that I've talked to once on the phone to get inside this building and take a look and see what we are and we are not going to need, and whether or not we can come to terms on the negotiation for the property. So I just want to leave you with that. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm really excited. Well, actually, I don't want to leave yet since I got you here. I'm just going to say, over the last week, though it's been busy and kind of figuring these things out, what I got to say is that there have just been days, or not even whole days, but hours sometimes when I feel very discouraged, where like, man, this is just going to be so hard, such a daunting process. All the research that I've been doing, reading online, or even the fact that, hey, I've been working for 10 hours today, and even though I want to keep working, I need to stop and spend some time with my son and spend some time kind of unwinding and making sure that I'm taking care of the other areas of my life, reaching out to friends and just kind of let my brain cool down a little bit. So there's been a lot of head work up to this point and a lot of emotional work, making the decision of, is this something that I can commit to, and this project isn't a 1 hour a day commitment. It's going to be, probably 10 to 15 hours a day, at least to get it started. For me, that's my happy place. I like to be busy. I like to work hard. So it's just a big commitment. There's just been so much mental work lately. Re-listening to books. This morning I listened to a chapter in The Traveler's Gift about where David Ponder gets to meet Anne Frank, and you get to hear about Anne Frank's situation where she's in, and she conveys her positive attitude, and that she chooses to be happy every day, and how she does that and what that looks like. And I just have to go back through sometimes and and re-listen or read those things that just reaffirm the way I believe, and to kind of pull myself out of whatever temporary funk I might be in. So that was another place that I sought wisdom, was from an author named Andy Andrews. That book is called The Traveler's Gift. If you haven't read that, I strongly recommend it. The audiobook's amazing. So again, just seek wisdom. It's going to come from a lot of places. Don't let a little obstacle or even a big obstacle in your path derail you from your ultimate goal and your ultimate vision. Just know that there's always a way around a mountain. There's always a way over a wall. There's always a solution to a problem. Some are more complex than others, but if you work at it and you get somebody else with a little different perspective, as a sounding board or something, you can often come to a solution all on your own just by having these things be said out loud. But anyway, on my way to meet with this consultant, try to secure a contract, and from there, more research and working out the business plan and figuring out what the actual startup costs are for this project. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and do something today that's going to challenge you, and seek wisdom. So just reach out to anybody in your life that you've thought has been a mentor or has done something that you want to accomplish, and just ask them about it. Just reach out and ask about this thing that maybe you want to accomplish, or maybe there's a problem area in your life. I'm saying, don't stay in your head. Don't rely only on your own knowledge and your own experience. Reach out and seek wisdom.